In this video, I want to explain some reasons why Matiang'i is fast losing popularity. If you are a keen political observer, you will agree with me that Matiang'i is fast losing popularity. Some weeks and some months back, Matiang'i was ranking highly. But in the past weeks, he seems to be losing popularity. I want to explain why he's losing that popularity. Before I do that, let me start by saying this. In 2022, Kenyans had options: governors, senators, MPs, and even the presidency. They had options, but they chose the current regime. The same Kenyans who chose the current regime are now everywhere cursing William Ruto and cursing those working or supporting Ruto. And before 2022 presidential election, Kenyans were warned. What did they say? Ni huyo huyo ndio tunataka. We are now there. If you look at the opposition, and this is something I'm saying with a lot of confidence, Rigathi Gachagua cannot be an option. Rigathi can't be an option. Any person working with Rigathi Gachagua can also not be an option, because after all, birds of the same feathers flock together. Bad morals corrupt good morals. And in a government having Rigathi will be calling shots there. In fact, that's a government that will be controlled by Rigathi Gachagua. So any government that has Rigathi, that cannot be a good government. Compare William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua's team. And I'm not shy to say this. William Ruto is 1,000 times better than Rigathi Gachagua. Looking at 2027, Kenyans will have to make a choice. Either you go with William Ruto or you go with Rigathi Gachagua, whether Rigathi will be a candidate or not. But Kenyans will have to make those two choices. And it has already started coming out very clearly. I started talking about this long time ago, even before Rigathi was even seen as a strong candidate. After all will have been said and done, it will boil down to Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. And Kenyans will have to make a choice. Why is Matiang'i fast losing popularity? The first reason, Kenyans are ethnic politically. The reality of an election is now dawning on Kenyans. And as that reality dawns, Kenyans are retreating back to their usual ethnic cocoons. Some months back, those who were loudest supporting Matiang'i were people from the mountain. When Rigathi started coming out strongly that he will contest, these mountain people are slowly dumping Matiang'i for Rigathi Gachagua. And even some Kenyans who are supporting Matiang'i, they are now retreating back to their ethnic cocoons. They are supporting their ethnic leaders. That's why Matiang'i is fast losing popularity. The second reason, Matiang'i has joined the corrupt, people of no morals at all. Compare this. If Matiang'i could have stood as Matiang'i, the Matiang'i Gen Zs called, if he could have just come as Matiang'i without joining forces with the likes of Rigathis, something tells me that maybe Matiang'i could still be a darling. But the moment he joined efforts with the likes of Rigathi, some Kenyans clearly lost faith in him. Because after all, Rigathi does not enjoy support amongst many Kenyan communities. So the moment Matiang'i joined him, the rain started beating Matiang'i. So Matiang'i is losing popularity because he has joined a wrong group. Another reason why Matiang'i is losing popularity, Ruto's government has started getting it right. Look at the university education. Ruto has reduced fee. And that's something that has made very many parents happy, especially those who are paying the high university school fee as from last year and those previous years. The reduction in university fee might be a game changer. And not only that, William Ruto has been empowering some Kenyans. Even though it might not be good to waste taxpayers' money dishing around, the kind of empowerment Ruto's government has been engaging in might be endearing Kenyans to Ruto. And we also know that previously, Raila Odinga was sending some mixed signals. Kenyans were speculating, is Raila with Ruto or is he dumping Ruto? Recently, Raila Odinga just affirmed his support for Ruto's government. These things might be endearing Ruto to Kenyans. And as Ruto endears himself to Kenyans, and as Kenyans speak well of Ruto, Matiang'i, who was to be the option, is clearly losing. Another thing that is making Matiang'i lose, Kenyan politics is not yet mature. It's primarily based on handouts. Matiang'i is not giving handouts. Ruto's team, everywhere through these empowerments, when Harambee Stars is playing, Ruto is giving handouts. The opposition, they're just talking, but no handouts. I don't advocate for giving of handouts, but Kenyans have not yet matured politically. They still love handouts, and it will take some years coming for them to change. Finally, I don't think Kenyans were serious when they called on Matiang'i to be a presidential candidate. It might have just been a hype or a desperation by Kenyans. As things are now settling, they are realizing that after all, they never wanted Matiang'i for the presidency. But if you were to ask me, of all these presidential candidates, Matiang'i seems to be sober, a man who can seriously bring change. But will Kenyans go for him? The answer is a very big no. The dirtier you are in Kenya, the more appealing. Kenyans will elect bad individuals, thieves, rapists, people who have done all sorts of evils. Those are the individuals Kenyans will elect. And I won't even be surprised to find even Kenyans electing Rigathi Gachagua as the president. While it's a given fact, Rigathi is not fit holding any public office. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis.